This is a wall jump. This is also a wall jump. And this is also a wall. Wait a minute, that one's bad. Or is it? Let me give it a try. Surely it's consistent and easy, right? Oh, I did it once. This is free. Welcome to SFT, Silksong for Tryhards, where I explain tricks, skips, and movement to anyone willing to learn more about Silksong speedrunning. In this video, we'll go through wall jumps, how to do them, what they do, how they do, where they do, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a speedrunner. After obtaining the cling grip ability, you are now able to be Spider-Man, latching and jumping off walls. There is a difference with wall jumps if you have the cloak ability or not. For cloakless wall jumps, you can only jump off the wall after you latch on. Once latched, press jump and you guessed it, you jump. Cloak wall jumps are a bit different as you can press jump before you're latching to the wall. We call it buffering your jump. We use buffered wall jumps to make very precise and more responsive wall jumps, like the famous skip in Blasted Steps before Last Judge. It started with a pogo off of the drill enemy found by Dadison just 2 weeks after the game's release, followed by Nebula, who was at the time looking into Bellhart being quicker than Cloak missed, and quickly developed the skip into what we know now as BS2, skipping the room to the right and saving 12 to 13 seconds. There's a very small window to hit this jump correctly, and even with its difficulty it became a staple in the any percent cloak, true ending, and 100% categories. It can be done in multiple ways, so I'll quickly show a few. Normal BS2. For this one, you set up a coyote jump, covered by my SFT short about it, do a sprint jump into a cloak, float for a bit until you get close enough to the ledge where you dash into the wall, press jump right after your dash, so it is buffered and will execute right as you're clinging to the wall, and jump up. The skip is easier said than done at first, but after a bunch of practice it gets more intuitive, for tiny adjustments if you make any small mistake. Pros: saves the most time, about 12 to 13 seconds. Cons: the skip itself is pretty difficult. Most important things to take note of are: the wall jump needs to be before you hit the ledge and right after pressing dash. If you cloak before hitting the ledge, you dash too early, and if you hit the ledge and no cloak came out, the jump wasn't early enough. And also, the better your coyote jump, the easier the skip gets. Flea broom: if you use a flea broom while mid-air, your height loss from cloak will reset, and you could cover a large distance without losing your height. Start with a sprint jump into cloak and use the flea broom after floating a bit, then dash at the wall and buffer your wall jump. Pros: much easier than normal BS2 and makes a lot of room for random mistakes of inputs. Cons: the flea broom can be used in future movement to save time, as it's not mandatory to make the skip, thus losing a bit of time. If you rely on the brew and miss the skip 3 times, you won't be able to make it unless you know the harder but fastest version of the skip. And the third option, heel stall. Same start as the flea brew stall, but instead of using a flea brew, you do a dash and a heel together, keeping the momentum from the dash while not losing height, then jumping from the ledge up. Pros: much easier than normal BS2 and makes a lot of room for random mistakes of input. Cons: loses time to gather silk, and more likely to hit your head on the ledge since the heel stall keeps a lot of height, sometimes even too much. Cloakless wall jumps are harder to do but give a lot of skill for wall jumps, since buffered wall jumps are easier to control. The best example of cloakless wall jumps is the Underworks wall jump that is still used in the current 80% world record release patch run done by Civ to get through a room that normally requires cloak. With the cloak, all you do is hit the lever 3 times and float up. Without cloak, it can only be done on release patch. As it was patched right away, a wall jump can be done on the side of the wall with high precision, then go up the room and exit on your way to get clawline. Another type of wall jump is an Upslash wall jump. It is a bit more advanced and yet very useful for speedrunners, as it's a more optimal way to move in some rooms. To do it, Upslash before hitting a ledge and press jump right after, resulting in a wall jump instead of grabbing the ledge. To show how it can be used in movement, here's a clip of Jura in Greymore executing a lot of different wall jumps in a row while incorporating Upslash wall jumps. Beautiful, right? Lastly, a bit niche yet valuable to know is wall jumps. This started from a post made by Skurry 2 weeks after the game's release. This piece of tech found itself in some of the rooms in any percent runs to save fractions of a second, and as a piece of cool movement tech. It can be done by pressing jump and slash at the same time while latched to a wall to keep upward momentum while staying closer to the wall. Bit precise but looks very cool. Check out my SFT playlist here. I'm also open to suggestions in the comments for stuff to show in the next SFT, and good luck on running this beautiful game.